Tough market conditions mean the BVA's work to support its members is more important than ever. 2012 has seen new BVA work streams developing in response to the changing environment for video entertainment. We're doing everything we can to ensure people continue to value video entertainment, whether that's consumers who love our content or the politicians whose decisions can affect our prosperity. We refreshed last year's economic report on the importance of video entertainment with new case studies, research, and map of the current video entertainment landscape, showing the range of services available to our audiences as consumers change the way they watch our members' titles. This has gone down so well that we've joined forces with other sectors' trade bodies to produce a new portal, the Content Map. So now, people who aren't sure how to tell which websites provide legal services can choose from the list of authorised legal digital video and a whole range of other content.
The inspiration for the Content Map absolutely lay in the work that the British Video Association undertook in mapping the video entertainment landscape. We saw what they'd done and how visually useful it was to show the range of services that there actually are for consumers to use. I thought, well, could we do the same? Within the Alliance, we obviously have audio-visual, but we also have music and sports broadcasting and video games and e-books. But we thought, well, could we do something different? Could we actually put it online? Could we make it a web portal, much more interactive for people to go to so they can actually click through, straight through from the click of a button to the site and make their purchase? We hope this is going to be a really valuable resource, not just for consumers, but for parents, for teachers, for anybody who is unsure about what sites they're on and whether they're actually legal or illegal.
While the touch points for video viewers expand, the crucial factor in making a successful transition from a predominantly physical business to establishing a healthy mixed economy in the audiovisual world is the consumer launch of Ultraviolet.
The successful launch of Ultraviolet will add value to the physical product, the very valuable product that's today. It will pave the way to our future, and most importantly, it puts the content on the devices that consumers want to access it via, and ultimately that's why we create really valuable, great content.
Well, the BVA Marketing Group has been working on a brief for the launch of Ultraviolet in 2013. And we've had the agency tender process in the autumn, and a group of agencies have now been selected. They have been specialising in brand, strategy and communications. And the key thing here is that whatever we develop is completely integrated across all our communication, whether that be television advertising, in-store, online or on-pack, because simplicity is the key.
In the last few years, consumers' behaviour and how they consume film and TV content is changing rapidly. And they've never had a broader offer before them in terms of choices, and it can be quite confusing. Actually, working with the BVA this year has been really exciting in our opportunity to try to help consumers get to a clear message and to maximise sales for both the studios and the retailers. We have been working on a number of initiatives like supply chain, but also Ultraviolet. And Ultraviolet is a great opportunity for us now to be working to really give a new offer to the customer if we can do that clearly. I think we'll all have a real benefit from it.
I think it's vital that the industry comes together, that's both studios and retailers, to create a proposition for the consumer that is simple and easy for them to understand. So much of what's happened on digital thus far has been quite fragmented and difficult for people to understand. In this initiative, we are working together across the studios with the help of the Retail Association, ERA and the BVA to work together to create this clear, consistent consumer proposition so that when consumers go into any of our stores or online, they'll see a consistent approach.
But it's not only new digital services that we discuss for retailers. Our retail liaison has played an even more important part in the BVA's work this year to improve the supply chain from manufacturers to stores and the back door to the front of store display.
Well, earlier this year, I think we all felt that with the incredibly tough trading environment for retailers and studios, it was time for us to take a different approach and to really work collaboratively across all studios to approach the supermarkets and think of ways of doing things in different ways, in coordinated ways, just to make sure that our category remains front of mind and vibrant for the retailers.
And the sort of things we looked at was the key driver was about availability, consistency of availability. And so all of our attention was about how do we bring our product to the shop floor in the easiest way, because we're one of the categories that can be quite challenging for the supermarket sector. So things that we've been looking at is one about just the amount of product that is shipped into store, and then how it gets to the shop floor, and some of the back office services, supply chain, merchandising, and how we can coordinate those to make them much much simpler and easier through the way that we bring the product through onto the shelf in front of the shopper.
The BVA's vital trade reports and consumer research all indicate a continuing trend of discs dominating the way people watch video entertainment for the foreseeable future. Part of the BVA's job is to convey these facts to politicians in Westminster and increasingly in the European Commission at a time when they have been focused on audiovisual and IP policy to ensure proposed new legislation doesn't add to the difficulties the audiovisual sector faces from the current economic troubles.
Well, I joined the BVA in May. And what struck me in conversations with MPs is the importance of keeping them up to date with the realities of the video entertainment sector, which can sometimes be at odds with their perceptions. So I've been doing a lot of information gathering to help prepare for submissions and presentations, both here and in Brussels.
We meet regularly at Ed Vaizey's roundtables at the Department of Culture, Media and Sport to discuss these issues and ways to reduce online copyright theft, as well as with the IPO, who we very much need to champion IP for all industry sectors.
Well, the British Video Association has always been a major supporter of the Alliance Against Intellectual Property Theft, and through that the all-party group on intellectual property, which I chair, and Lavinia and the BVA have always been very supportive of all the work that we've done. In particular, this report we published today, which looked at the role of government in promoting and protecting intellectual property rights. We are very concerned that a perception seems to have grown right across the creative industries that somehow government is no longer paying sufficient attention to IP, is downgrading it, and in some cases even diluting intellectual property rights. We have suggested that there needs to be a champion of IP. We need to get back to the recognition that intellectual property rights are a legal entitlement of creators who have creative works, and that they deserve to be rewarded for that. And we've also said that copyright would probably sit more comfortably in the DCMS, which is, after all, the department which is responsible for the creative industries.
If this year's news review seems to focus more on the views of our members and their customers, that's because this year, more than any year, it is vital to deliver what they need to make doing business easier. We need to devote ourselves to this day in, day out. That is one reason why I passed on the chairmanship of the Alliance for Intellectual Property, so that the BVA could focus more on supporting our members' efforts to create a better environment for video entertainment. And we look forward to doing more of this in the coming year.